Alright, take 2 of the video, Felipe. I'll try to do a little bit slower this time. These are all your components. You get 4 barrels that are 55 gallons a piece, 2 pallets, I only have 1 for demo, and then 2 of everything you see here except the battery pack, the wiring harness, and the solar panel. We'll start off with the electrical this time, and I'll make it pretty descriptive, I guess. Your solar panel is a pretty nice and big one. It's about 3 foot tall by 1 foot wide, and it captures quite a bit of sun. So we'll just set it over here. It's got plenty of cord. It's about 10 to 15 feet, I think. And so we can, it's got a plug over here, and it could only fit in 1 spot on the system. For demo purposes, I'll just put the battery over here next to us. First, I'll explain what it is. I purchased you a nice battery box so that you can, you know, keep it all weatherproof. It's got 2 clips on the sides that clip here, and it'll unlock and come apart. I try to have all the electronics inside of it. That way it doesn't, you know, it's weatherproof. The only thing that's outside is the solar charger, the regulator. And that I put outside because there are lights on it. And I wanted you to be able to see the condition of your battery without having to open things up. Okay? So, I'll go and explain it. The battery clips are for the solar regulator. And that is so, you know, you can disconnect it when the battery is not being used for a long time, or if you're not on charge, and just let them sit in there and there's room for them. That way you're not, you know, the lights and the actual regulator itself, if it's not plugged into a solar panel, doesn't waste your battery. Now whenever you get to your destination, positive is kind of universal in 12 volt for red, which I have a red wire on there permanently, and the white wire goes to the white wire, or black goes to negative. So that's that. You tuck the wires in. And you'll notice the relays are here. I'll give you spare relays in case anything goes bad. These are to turn on your pumps, but I did leave everything in here. I soldered everything nice and neat and taped it, and you'll see there's 1 main plug that comes out, and that's it. That stays out, and it's got a little channel for it to come out. So you can see it just stays out, and there's a solar panel charger. So for now, I'll go ahead and set it up on top of one of these things here, just so we can see it and see how it works. And then you could take the plug for the solar panel, and it plugs only one way. You can't plug, you know, it's not possible to plug it in the wrong way. So you plug it in. Well, for now, you'll notice that there are no lights on because the battery charged and the solar panel is not plugged in. Once you plug it in, you'll notice that little yellow light is on. It might be dim because it's pretty sunny out here, but that's what happens. So now it is charging, and because of that box, it automatically will charge. When it's full, it'll stop. It'll automatically regulate itself, so that way you don't burn your battery. You don't have any chances of ruining anything. All right, now next part. I'd like to assemble the shower again for you, and you'll notice it's very, very easy to do. I've got 1 of them with gator clips, like I said, which, you know, still move. They've got locking nuts on them, so they shouldn't come loose. 1 of them has the gator clips, so that way it mounts a shower head on it. And we'll go ahead and set this in place. And it's just, you press it in and it'll press in. Again, I'll explain these. I took piping ends and I flush mounted them and cut them flush. And there's about 1 inch still in there where it can go in there. And there's 4 of them in there for 4 legs. So all 4 will end up the same way. And then I tried to explain yesterday to you that I wanted to keep this glued together. If you set it flush against something, it would be pretty easy and nothing's gonna, you know, it won't take up room. But I'd like to glue it together. Give me your opinion, see if you want to unglue it or something, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of corner for every one. So you've got 24 pieces in there total. And so I'd like to keep it glued together. And again, I made it wider because, so it goes beyond the pallet. That way it's a little bit more roomy on top. And it's nice to have 2 people to do this, but I can do it by myself. And so can you, I'm sure. And so just clip it in there, they'll line up just fine. Now once you clip it, you can kind of put some pressure and weight onto it. That way it kind of locks into place. And voila. Now to put the shower head into place, here's the shower head. I'll make sure everything's tightened. And then you can kind of have it low or high depending on how you want it. Let's have it pretty high up there, and that's about 6'5" there in the air, at least. I would say. And it swivels just like at home. You know, I'm sure my shower at home is not that tall, so we could also lower it again. Like I said, you could lower it all the way down to pretty low. And now I'll explain the pump and the wiring harness again. I know you didn't see the plugs yesterday, but there's one main plug, you'll notice, and it'll go into this wiring harness, and it'll split into 5. And you could tell which one is the one that splits out. And then when you go to the end of the 5, you'll notice one is looped. We're not gonna use it now. That's for future use. If you wanna upgrade it to something else, we can do that. And then we've got 2 identical ones and 2 identical ones. I'll have these marked for you with a little label saying which pump and which pedal they go to. As of now, 2 of these go to the pump, 2 of these go to the pedals. We'll figure them out as we go along. You can't screw it. It's physically impossible to screw it up. So we'll take this end here, and you'll notice it matches with this end here. And it just really easy to plug and really easy to plug. That's your plug. Now your wiring harness is live. Now what we'll do is we'll take your pump and the inlet. Sorry, it's pretty dusty here. And you'll notice all of these are usually sealed, and you can take them off. You were wondering if it's dust, you know, proof, and it is dust proof. You just seal it. One of them I left sealed completely, and I opened only one. But on 2 of them, I drilled that center out, so that way we can keep this sealed completely, and when we're done with this one, we can just take it out and put it into the other one, and back and forth. So whichever one you're using this in, which is about the same size, is where you're gonna move this to. Now, this will go into here. That'll go right into the pump. That's the only spot it can go. Press it all the way firmly and lock it into place, and you're done with the pump. Now, the hose, I also made it to where it's pretty easy to connect. Right now I have it a little bit far, but I don't know if the hose will reach. Let's go ahead and swap this foot around, which shouldn't be too hard either. Well, I guess you'll see the disassembly process. That's that. We'll put it here for now, and that's that. So we'll put this one over here, and that way we're close to the buckets, because obviously each shower is going to have its bucket next to it, and that's what I was counting on. So we just swap the feet around, and we'll remount this over here. Go ahead and lower it a little bit. And voila, now we're back in business. Now, I could even put it on this side here if we want. And there we go. All right. And now what we could do is plug in the pump. I explained yesterday, and I'll explain again. These are really easy. You get 2 of these, 1 for each shower. It's just clip in and it locked, clip in and it locked. That's that. Now for the part that most people think would be complicated, but is really simple, the wiring, as I explained. We're to have, so you'll notice, like I said, each 2 of these will be a pair. 1 for this shower, for example, the other one for the shower. As of now, it's just, I'll plug in one and try it out for you, just so you get the feeling of it. And again, these are only one way, so there's no way you can screw them up. It just plugs in. So we plugged that one up, so it's gonna be one of these 2 that plugs into the pedal. And when I plug in the pedal, I can test it, and that happens to be it. So those are a pair, and the other 2 are a pair. So when the pedal is on the ground, we can click it. And the first time the pump turns on, of course, it's gonna take a while for all the water to come up to the top. But once you're there, it should be fairly quick for it to go. And I have the thing off, so we'll go ahead and adjust it accordingly. So there's your shower, and when you let go, it'll stop. And when you press it, it'll go again. And let go and it'll stop, and go, and it'll go again. Now, this one is not tight. I should tighten it up. That way we're not leaking any water. And it's just regular hose. Make sure they're all tight so that way you're not leaking and wasting water. And that's that. So shower on, shower off, shower on, and shower off. Again, like I said, I did give you an adjustment over here to where you could have it less water or more water. And you'll notice as I turn it here, it'll give you less or more. just like at home. But you know, it just depends on how much water you want to waste. You've got 220 gallons of water, and everything works great. Hope you like it. Again, the shower curtains will hang just like at home, but I think I'm gonna get you a tarp to go around the whole 2 sections, and then you could have shower curtains on the inside and outside to decorate it. That way winds won't blow the shower curtains, and you know, privacy issues and stuff. But that's your whole shower system right there. Hope you like it, and thank you again.